Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my room and to my channel. So, this video is, if you saw the title, going to be kind of a sit-down talk, ramble, if you will, in ASMR terms. I have been, well, first off, obviously, this video is an ASMR because I'm an ASMR channel, and hopefully, if anything, you find some enjoyment in watching this because we are going to be talking about I'm going to be being dramatic for a little bit. So, if hopefully that you don't care what I'm saying and you just want to listen to me ramble, then that's okay too. So, but I've been struggling with a couple of things, and I owe it to you guys to talk to you about some of that. So let's do it. Let's go back all the way to when I started my YouTube channel in 2020, 2021. I don't remember really. I think it was 2020. I started my YouTube channel during COVID, and I started it because I've always wanted to make an ASMR channel because I like ASMR, and I guess I should say I liked ASMR because I can't watch it anymore because it stresses me out, and we'll get there. But at the time, I liked ASMR, and I just wanted to have fun and make videos like the creators that I watched and enjoyed their videos. I just loved the idea that somebody's personality and their space can make you comfortable, and like you can find this little bubble of warmth for a little bit, even if it's manufactured. Some people do it better than others. And everyone can find their own little thing that they enjoy in every different creator, right? So in that vein, I made a channel and I just started. Now, I always was uncomfortable being on camera, but I should say, my family friend, she was a theater teacher, and she was like, you need to be on the stage, you belong in theater class. I think she was just calling me gay, but I don't know. Anyway, the sentiment was nice, and I do feel like I like to perform, and I like to be creative, so that's why I thought that it could be a nice, comfortable way to dip my toe into that kind of space, and here we are, and I've been doing it for a while. Now, when it first started, I didn't do it in any way to make money, right? It was really just a means to have fun and have a creative outlet. And for a while, I thought about, it could be nice to monetize my videos and have a little bit of extra money. But being somebody who watched ASMR for so long, knew about the past dilemmas that stemmed from ASMR having advertisements and what that means as viewers, and it's not something I wanted to do because I felt like it would kind of ruin my videos, I guess. If it was something that I was doing an ad placement thing for a product that asked me to show off their thing, that's fine. I think that's more comfortable because you can do it in ASMR and you can do it your as anti-ad as I am in most aspects. Obviously, if I'm trying to make money, and this is me just being candid, like I'd prefer it be that way rather than ads on my videos, right? So I made a Patreon, as some people suggested, and as I thought about myself personally, and I thought, you know, what could I give back to people more easily than producing more and more ASMR, because at the time I had a full-time job and it was really rough, and it took a lot of energy out of me, not just the work, but there was other things happening there as well that were really hard to deal with. I think there's challenges at every workplace, but and I'm not going to talk about this too much, but there's a reason why I left that job, and and I guess I'll say this too. Around a specific time last year, I decided to have a schedule for my ASMR videos because, you know, I wanted to take it more seriously to see if I could take that leap and make this my full-time gig, which it has been for a while now, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm really fortunate and even just surprised that I was able to get this far and do this much. Also, my AC is really ramping up, so and side note, I live in Arizona, if you don't know, so the AC has to stay on, but I've muted it a little bit. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I had a schedule for my videos to try to take it more seriously, to see if I could do it full time. I have, and I'm very excited still that I get to do this, and but just to make it short and sweet, there were some really tough decisions I had to make for my mental health, and to leave a lot of stability for something I wasn't sure about, and I just decided to do that because that's all my decision to make, and in the current state of the world, I think, and I don't want you to ponder this a lot because we're supposed to be relaxing. I just want to say that it's become really apparent to me and a lot of people in my generation that time is not just gonna keep turning all the time, you know. Things are not great right now, and I think a lot of people my age are feeling, and older, even younger, I mean everyone is feeling the pressure to get their dreams done before, or like get their dream before it's too late, you know? And that's why I made the leap that I did. And I don't for a second want anyone to think I'm saying that this is a hard job to do what I do. I know people who would kill to do this, and I'm so fortunate, and I know I've said it 1,000 times, but I just didn't ever think I could be sitting here not at work, like not at a desk, not in a lifeguard chair, and have this freedom to do this, but here I am, and here we are. In starting my, just to get us back on track, in starting my Patreon, I thought about what I could do to give back to the people supporting me, and along the way of making my ASMR videos, I had seen a lot of people saying how attractive I am, and just comments about my appearance and stuff, and obviously, like, sells. Like, I know that people like that, so I figured I'd post some thirst trappy pics and stuff for you guys on my Patreon. As that moved forward and progressed, I had people reaching out saying they couldn't use Patreon where they lived, and if I could do my thirst trappy stuff over on OnlyFans. It's kind of another opportunity or another just way for them to do that. And so I was like, yeah, that sounds fine to me. Like, it was tough thinking about it because obviously having an OnlyFans does like make people see you differently. But I figured that there wasn't anything too different from what I was doing on Patreon. I'd just be reposting stuff for the most part, and I tried to make that clear on my description. I did that for a while until a lot of things happened at a specific point during last summer. And I'm trying to think, like, well, there's other stuff with Patreon too. Like, I bit off a lot more than I could chew because I had to think of how I could, again, create rewards and give back to the people who are supporting me. And, so, one thing I will say is that at my previous job, I have executive dysfunction. Is that the word? Yeah, executive dysfunction. So, like, working, I mean, a lot of people do, like, but working, sitting down and making myself work is tough. But that's a me problem, and it's something that I beat myself up about, but I need to get better about that, and I don't know, it's been one of the more challenging parts of doing this as a job, because I'm my own boss, if you will, so that means I have to make myself work, and if I'm not enjoying doing the work, it's going to be hard to make myself do it. And along the way, like I said, I bit off so much that I was just getting really tired and, like, stressed and, I don't know, lazy, and, like, it was just a mess. So, and like I said, I was finding kind of a rhythm, but back last summer, I had two really bad things happen in my family, and I'm not gonna really talk about it, just because, like, I don't feel like it's anyone else's business but my own, but it was a really rough little while for me and my family, and, so, yeah, I don't know, I had to step back from a couple of the promises I made on Patreon, and so I communicated that to the people involved, and I lost a lot of supporters on there, and that's totally fine, because I don't ever expect you guys to stay, like, really. It's a lot. Even the lowest tier is a lot of money in this economy. Like, it sucks, and that's not lost on me at all. And I never want you guys to feel like you have to support me, because regardless, I will be fine. And I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, these are just the decisions that I made along the way to end up where we are. I always wanted to be forthcoming and clear with you guys, but I think along the way I've kind of picked up a couple of people who really just aren't, like, my kind of people, and there's a forum that I'm sure a lot of you know about, and one of you posted my video on there, and you really should be careful about posting links, because YouTube will tell me where you found my video from, or where the link was and stuff. So that's how I found the forum, and I was just seeing a lot of, like, unsavory things said about me, and genuinely there's a lot of pressure to like sentiment that like you shouldn't make people like go talk about you elsewhere and stuff like that, but what people have been discussing on there was just like really gross and not true and like inflammatory and just attacks on me, like on my personality and stuff. So that was already upsetting enough. Somewhere along the lines, I thought it would be a good idea for me to start live streaming on Twitch because some of you had said you would enjoy that. And I did it, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I'm a big gamer. I've always been a big gamer. I've maybe been a little too much of a gamer. And so I enjoy it for that. And I like hanging out with you guys, so that has been a lot of fun. Now, along the way, I thought I'll make a Twitter, which I always said I wouldn't do because I haven't liked Twitter in the past, and I said I would never have one. But I caved and made one because, unfortunately, Twitter is really good for marketing yourself, especially as a streamer and just as like a social media person. So I did that, and then I started posting some thirst trappy stuff on there to kind of like get some traction. And traction I did get. I think people were a little bit upset that I was posting thirst trappy stuff on there and on my Patreon and on my OnlyFans, and it's like I can understand that, but first of all, how am I supposed to advertise my like other stuff if I don't, give little tastes, and yeah, so that's what I did, and I wouldn't take it back. But yeah, so I did that, and I got really sucked into it for a while, and I still am sucked into it. But I'm trying to like step back to protect my peace because since doing Twitter for some time now, I've grabbed a couple of, again, unsavory people buzzing around my content. Now, I am going to talk about my OnlyFans for a second and my Patreon and everything, because if you didn't know, I recently changed my Patreon tier rewards because everything was becoming very like same and just on the same kind of lines everywhere, and it just didn't feel good to keep doing, and it felt very like hard to diversify my content and make it, because I can say as much as I want that my OnlyFans is reposted content from my Patreon, but people still don't always look at my Patreon. They don't always, now that I'm like on Twitter and I have my links and stuff, they don't always look over in one place or the other, know that I make ASMR videos and know why I started my Patreon and know why I do the OnlyFans and stuff. I've kind of derailed of what I was going to talk about, but essentially, being online has been really hard for me, and it's been really nice too, and really easy, and hard. I don't know. It's complicated, but I wanted to say thank you, and that I'm still here, and I'm gonna keep making videos, but there's a caveat. I think it's become very clear that my ASMR channel has taken a, like, stagnant, place, I guess. It's just stayed. What am I saying? My ASMR channel hasn't been active as much as I used to be, and that's because I'm really stressed, and I'm not excited to make ASMR videos, and I think having a schedule has been really, it feels like it should be nice and that stresses me out. And I think I want to try something new, so from now on, there's not going to be any scheduled video of the week. I mean, it's been like that for a little bit now, but I used to post videos on Tuesdays. There's not going to be a video every Tuesday, but there will be videos randomly like I used to post them, and hopefully that'll help me feel like less pressure to make something and more excited to create like new things. I've had so many ideas for role plays, and some of them are just sitting there like half baked in my SD card because I've just been so stressed and behind with Patreon stuff. And like I said, I had bitten off so much, so I want to put my focus on keeping my promises over there on Patreon, and also make my videos better on here because you guys want longer videos. I want to make longer videos, but there's a stress that comes with that I have a bunch of other stuff going on my other stuff that I would like have to do as well. So, and yeah, so, and I don't want this to come across as I'm abandoning you on YouTube, and if you feel that way, I'm sorry. It's just that I feel like my videos have been garbage, and that's really that plain and simple. I feel like I've let you guys down a little bit, and it's because I've been stressed, and if you can't understand that, then I'm sorry, but it's my truth, and I think the people who understand it will stay, and the people who don't will go, and that's okay. So my health and my peace is worth that to me. So yeah, I think that's a lot of everything. I don't know how much of this is gonna make it in the video, but yeah. So for now, just to recap, my ASMR channel will still be here. I'm gonna be posting videos randomly rather than every Tuesday. My Patreon is gonna be where a lot of my focus is going, and at least in terms of consistency. And I would like to stream more for you guys. I would like to do some ASMR streams on Twitch. And yeah, I just want to take the pressure off of me where it's not serving you or me, but it's somewhere where we'll do that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out. Feel free to leave your comments as well. Trying to think before I sign off what else there might be, but I'm kind of having trouble. I think that's pretty much everything that I was going to talk about. So anyway, I'm sorry if that was a lot, and if you're confused, I understand. So you can message me on Patreon for clarification or on my Instagram. I want to be more active on my ASMR Instagram, so please